Good afternoon, dear students. Today we'll be starting with a new poem, one of the most popular and widely anthologized poems all over the country, Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. This poet does not require an introduction, as Rabindranath Tagore is one of the most eminent poets of the country, of India. He was born at Calcutta, Bengal Presidency, in the British India. He is the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. This Nobel Prize was awarded to him for his work Gitanjali. Another popular work by Rabindranath Tagore is Kabuliwala. Tagore introduced new prose and verse forms and the use of colloquial language into Bengali literature. He wrote over 1,000 poems, 8 volumes of short stories, almost 2 dozen plays and 8 novels, and also many books and essays on philosophy, religion, education and social topics. He founded Shantiniketan, which promotes a different philosophy of teaching. A few of his famous works, as I told you, are Gitanjali and Kabuliwala. Rabindranath Tagore is to Indians what Shakespeare is to the English. Now the poem is self-explanatory. The power of these words is immense. The poem can be taken as an anthem. Um, Basically, the context of the poem is when India was under the clutches of British rule. Rabindranath Tagore, as a true patriot, dreamt of a country which would be a paradise on earth. But how is that country going to become a paradise? To let his dream happen, he gave some conditions. The structure of the poem is very interesting. We can take over here as the initial sentences are adverbial clauses, and the last statement, last 3 lines, into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. So he is first giving the conditions that what all things I need for my dream country. And when those conditions fulfill, over there in that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. So we'll start with the poem. First, a general idea. The poet draws a picture of free India. He dreams of a country with no boundaries. He prays for the welfare of the country. He prays to God that there should be an atmosphere of fearlessness. Knowledge should be free for all. The country should not be divided into caste, creed, religion. People should speak the truth and fearlessness must percolate. God must bless the countrymen to have this type of a perfect life. And they should not be tired of trying. They must have perseverance. Okay, we start by the poem. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever whitening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. These lines have been taken from his own creation, Gitanjali. In this poem, Tagore sketches a moving picture of the nation, which he himself wanted his country to be, his India of dream. A nation where everyone within the fold of the brotherhood is free to hold up one's head high and one's voice can be heard without having any apprehension or fear of oppression. He talks about a nation where the knowledge is not restricted by narrow ideas and loyalties. The British rule at that time had robbed India's pride and dignity, reducing it to a ruined nation. The India of Tagore's dream is a country where his people hold their heads high with their pride in knowledge and strength born of that knowledge, where his countrymen can come out of age-old philosophy of constrained loyalties of caste, creed, religion. He dreams of a nation that should be where the people come up with the words of truth from the depths of their heart and are spoken out courageously in the open of the world to hear. People should work for perfection in the clear light of reason, leaving aside all superstitious rituals, beliefs, and narrow mindedness. This is the dreary desert, clear stream of reason. It should be a nation where everyone is free to toil and work hard for everything they desire for. Everyone is encouraged to strive tirelessly till they attain full satisfaction in reaching their goals and perfection. It should be a nation where blind superstitious habits of thought and action have not put out of the light of reason, where people's mind should not dwell in the mistakes of past nor be possessed by it. On the other hand, they should be led by the power of reasoning to be focused on the future by applying logical thought and action. Tagore's only prayer to the supreme ultimate authority, who is God, is leading to is leading the nation to such an ideal state where the country and countrymen can possess all these characteristics. Then he would call it a real heaven. It is only by the universality of outlook and an abiding passion for the realization of great human ideals that India will achieve for true freedom. This is the only way my country can awake in the heaven of freedom. So this is the dream of Rabindranath Tagore. The poem is self-explanatory. I have tried to give you the meaning of his assertions. If you have any problem, kindly contact. Thank you so much.